Gut impacts your skin, your hair, your neurological health, and even your mental emotions, like the fuel engine of your car. When the bad bacteria becomes dormant, it starts creating a lot of gut health issues like releasing carbon dioxide, methane, gases, bloating, flatulence, indigestion. You feel a lot of discomfort, cramps.
What is your gut health?
Yeah.
And how is overall health known to be related to the quality and health of your gut? A lot of people say that how healthy you are depends upon your gut health. And
Absolutely.
so let's break that process down. What is the gut?
So, the gut is something that we've just recently understood. Back in the day when we were in school, we knew what the stomach is, small intestine, large intestine, colon, and all of these organs in a very separated manner.
Yeah.
Like a dissected manner. The gut is basically where the food passes after digestion.
Okay.
So everything below the stomach is actually part of the gut, technically.
Right.
The small intestine, large intestine, the colon, the liver, gallbladder, pancreas. Of course, the liver is right next to the stomach, right? So it's primarily made of the small, large intestine and the colon. But some scientists say that the gut includes everything from the mouth to the colon because even the mouth contributes to the digestion process.
Yeah.
So the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small, large intestine, colon, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, even your appendix contributes to your digestive process. So everything that contributes to the digestion is called the gut in modern science. And the gut is basically where food passes after digestion below the stomach, where absorption and assimilation of nutrients happens. So that is the fuel engine of your body. That's the kitchen of your house. This is the most important part of the body because without this, the rest of the organs will not have fuel, not have nutrients to survive. All the organs depend on the gut for survival.
This is where basically the good stuff is taken into your body. The nutrients, the absorption,
Yes.
Okay, understood.
There are like thousands of bloodstreams attached to your gut, and the gut is a very porous organ, right? It's not made of brick or steel. It's a very porous organ. It allows the nutrients to pass through its walls into the bloodstreams that are attached, and this is being transported to all the organs. Now, unfortunately, because of our unhealthy lifestyles, the gap between the gut walls or the gut cells have become loose, they've become big, and it has caused what is called a leaky gut syndrome, when not just the nutrients, even the undigested food, heavy metals, toxins, and unhealthy bacteria, or even the healthy bacteria are getting leaked into the bloodstream.
Oh my God.
And that begins the cycle of gut health issues.
Right. Okay, so we're going to put a photo up here of the gut so people have context to what you've just said. Right. So this is how the overall health of us as human beings is actually related to gut health and how firm it is, how the looseness that you just mentioned is avoided in effect, right? I'm trying to understand. Okay, cool. So to the next step, right? How do you identify whether your gut health is good or bad?
Okay, so visualize this. The gut wall, your gut is made of 22 feet long small intestine, 6 feet long large intestine. So 28 feet approximately is what a healthy adult has. And in this gut, you have trillions of bacteria. Trillions, okay? We can't even put a count to it. And that's 1 kilogram of bacteria in a human being. 1 kilogram of bacteria, if we weight it. 85% is good, 15% is bad. That's an acceptable ratio.
Correct.
When you eat food, you have to decide whether you're feeding your good bacteria or your bad bacteria. When you eat sugary treats, Coke, and all these aerated drinks, or cakes and pastries, or refined foods, you're feeding your bad bacteria, then they start becoming more dormant. And versus eating healthy food that feeds your good bacteria. When the bad bacteria becomes dormant, it starts creating a lot of gut health issues like releasing carbon dioxide, methane, gases, bloating, flatulence, indigestion. You feel a lot of discomfort, cramps. Sometimes it also creates a lot of unhealthy cravings because of the presence of worms in our gut. They start peeing inside of us. They start forcing you to eat unhealthy foods because that's what they survive on, they thrive on. So your cravings are also controlled by the gut. When you start experiencing symptoms like gastrointestinal disorders, gynecological disorders, neurological disorders, bronchial diseases, skin diseases, musculoskeletal diseases, all of them have originated in the gut. When you're in a state of disease, it means you're not at ease. It means your digestion has been compromised. It means your gut health is not good. Everything begins with the gut. Like 90% of the diseases are associated with an unhealthy colon. Now, this is a research that has been done by Harvard, Stanford, Atlanta, Georgia, Maryland universities. All of them have come to the conclusion that 90% of the diseases are caused due to an unhealthy colon, and majority of the diseases are because of a leaky gut syndrome of the small and large intestine. The nutrients and the undigested food, everything is getting leaked and getting recirculated back to your other organs like your heart, liver, kidney, brain, intestine. You start experiencing brain fog, lack of coordination, lack of concentration, mood swings, irritability, anxiety, depression. Your bronchial health gets affected, cold, cough, sinus, because there's an accumulation of mucus now, which is a breeding ground.
Yeah.
Your tummy area is affected. Your bone health is getting affected because you're losing a lot of nutrients. Your skin is starting to show the damages of the gut because the toxins are surfacing towards the skin, hoping to come out through the pores in the form of sweat. The body is deliberately trying to push them towards the surface of the skin. And then they trigger psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, urticaria, and such. So your gut impacts your skin, your hair, your neurological health, and even your mental, emotional health.
Of course.
So it's like the fuel engine of your car.
Yeah. So keeping one's gut healthy should be placed at a very high priority in our everyday lives, right?
Absolutely.
How does one begin to do that?
Okay, so we always fix what we can see, the physical health. And then we work on mental and emotional health and spiritual and energetic health, which is a byproduct of being physically healthy.
Correct.
Right? When I say physically healthy, I'm not, I'm not dismissing those who are emaciated or have amputee limbs. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about healthy digestion. Okay. So we have to make sure that we're able to digest food completely, absorb and assimilate the nutrients, and we're eliminating waste. So focus on elimination first. Are you eliminating waste on a daily basis? When you wake up, are you able to go to the washroom? Are you able to eliminate waste within 2 to 3 minutes? That's a sign of good gut health.
Okay.
That means the food has fully got digested, absorbed, assimilated, and the waste has got ready for elimination and it has come out. If the waste hasn't come out of your system, it will stay inside and start leaking into your bloodstream and get reabsorbed back by the body. That's the first sign you need to look out for. Your colon health must be 100%. No constipation symptoms, diarrhea, IBS, or even incomplete evacuation of waste. That's also a sign of constipation. That's number 1. Number 2, is your digestion good? Are you having intolerances towards certain kinds of foods? Like, people have developed gluten intolerance, lactose intolerance. These are signs that you need to fix immediately, okay? 3 is allergies. And then 4 is, are you experiencing any kind of discomfort like bloating, gas, flatulence, acidity, reflux? You need to fix that.